The Imperial flagship Dominion hovered above Earth's atmosphere, its massive silhouette blocking out the sun over North America. Admiral Vex stood at the command deck, his 6 eyes narrowing as he observed the blue planet below. "These humans are primitive," he said to his second-in-command. "Their technology is centuries behind ours. They've barely left their own moon." Commander Trell nodded, his scaled skin reflecting the glow of the control panels. "The Council believes they could be a threat in the future. Their advancement rate is concerning." "We'll deliver the message as ordered," Vex replied. "One demonstration should be sufficient." The Empire had ruled the galaxy for 10,000 years. Whenever a new species showed potential, they were either absorbed or eliminated. Humanity had rejected the initial diplomatic overtures, choosing independence over servitude. The Empire's response was always the same. In a small town called Riverside, 10-year-old Tommy Reed was playing baseball with his friends. The summer day was perfect: blue skies, gentle breeze, and the familiar crack of bat hitting ball. Tommy's father, Dr. James Reed, watched from their backyard. As the head of Earth's nascent defense research program, he'd been warning about alien contact for years. Few had listened. The shadow fell over them suddenly. Tommy looked up, his eyes widening at the massive ship now visible above the clouds. "Dad," he called out, the baseball forgotten in his mitt. James was already running toward his son when the beam hit. A precise, surgical strike from orbit. Where Tommy had stood was now nothing but scorched earth. James fell to his knees at the edge of the still-smoking crater. Something inside him broke and reformed in that moment, something cold and terrible. Admiral Vex addressed the planetary leaders via their primitive communication systems. "People of Earth, this demonstration was necessary. The Galactic Empire offers you one opportunity to submit to Imperial rule. Your resources and select populations will be preserved. Resistance will result in planetary sterilization. You have 24 hours to communicate your surrender." The transmission ended. In an underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. James Reed moved like a man possessed. For 15 years, his research team had been studying the recovered alien probe that had crashed in the Arctic. They had made breakthroughs no one could have imagined. "Sir, we can't possibly deploy the system," his assistant protested. "It's untested. We don't know what will happen." James didn't even look up from his terminal. "They killed my son, Lisa. They killed him to send a message." His fingers flew across the keyboard. "Now I'm sending one back." The technology they had developed wasn't a weapon, not in the traditional sense. It was something far more profound. The alien probe had contained information about quantum communication across vast distances, and James's team had expanded on it, creating something new. "System ready," he announced. "Transmitting now." On the Dominion alarms suddenly blared across every deck. Admiral Vex rushed to the command center. "What's happening?" he demanded. "Unknown transmission from the surface," reported a technician. It's everywhere, sir. Every system, every terminal. On every screen throughout the ship, throughout the entire Imperial fleet, the same message appeared. It wasn't in any Imperial language. It was raw data, mathematical in nature, proving something that shook the foundations of everything the Empire believed. They had always assumed themselves to be the pinnacle of evolution in the galaxy. The message proved otherwise. It showed the fundamental nature of consciousness itself and revealed the Empire's fatal misunderstanding of humanity. Humans weren't just another species. They were something different, something the Empire had never encountered before. The message contained one simple truth. Human consciousness didn't function like other sentient species. When humans faced extinction, they didn't just fight harder, they transcended their limitations. The data showed how human minds, when pushed to extremes, could break through conventional physical laws. The murder of a child, an innocent, had triggered something primal in the collective human consciousness. A door had been opened, and through that door, something was coming. The message ended with just one word in the Imperial language: run. Admiral Vex wasn't a coward. He had conquered 12 worlds and executed 3 rebellions. But as the ship's sensors began detecting anomalies throughout the fleet, Strange energy signatures inside sealed rooms, unexplained equipment failures, and crew members reporting impossible sightings. He felt fear for the first time in his long life. "Sir," Commander Trell's voice shook. "Something's happening to the crew on decks 17 through 29. They're changing." Before Vex could respond, the ship's AI spoke with an unfamiliar cadence. "We are coming. We have always been coming. You killed one of our children, so we have awakened. The universe has rules you never understood, boundaries you should never have crossed." Vex gave the retreat order. It was the first time in Imperial history that a demonstration force had withdrawn without completing its mission. 1 month later, Dr. James Reed stood before the United Nations. The aliens had fled, but everyone knew they would return with a larger force. "What we sent them wasn't a weapon," he explained. "It was a truth. Humans have something no other species has discovered, the potential to evolve beyond physical form when threatened with extinction. The data we transmitted proved it mathematically." That general interrupted. "But is it true? Can we actually do what you claimed?" James smiled thinly. "No, not yet. Maybe not ever. They believe we can, and that's enough." He looked out the window at the sky, where his son had once played beneath the clouds. "They killed my child to frighten us," he said quietly. "So I showed them something truly frightening. A species that might transcend physical form, that might become something they can't bomb or shoot or conquer." He turned back to the assembly. "We don't have to outfight the Empire. We just have to be the thing they fear most, a future they cannot control." In the vastness of space, the Imperial fleet raced home with their warning, and on countless Imperial worlds, the word spread in whispered fear. "If you meet humans, run."